everyone, welcome back to my channel. And first of all, I just wanted to apologise for the length of time it's taken me to upload a new video. It's been a couple of months since I uploaded my last video. Life has just been really hectic, and we have 3 boys and we both have jobs. We're also getting married in 1 week from today, 7 days. So life has just been extremely busy and hectic, but I'm so excited to be back filming today because we have the new Nomad Cosmetics Witch City Salem collection, which is their Halloween release. So we're going to be going over everything to do with this collection. I absolutely love Halloween. I'm a huge Halloween and horror and autumn fan, so I'm so excited to finally have this collection here with me. So just to disclose, this collection was actually gifted to me in PR by Nomad. The video is not sponsored or anything like that. It was just gifted to me in PR, so I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much again to the Nomad team. This is my first makeup that has been sent in PR, so just the fact that it's a Halloween collection and it's by one of my favourite brands, Nomad, it's just been so special to me. I've already gushed about it over on my Instagram page, so I won't go into too much detail again, but thank you so much again to the Nomad team for sending it my way. And I'm also so excited to say I do now have a discount code with Nomad as well, and this is non-affiliated, so I don't earn anything from it. It's just for you to save a bit of money off your order. So I'll leave the code on screen and also in the description box down below. It's Stina10 for 10% off your order. I'm not too sure if it works on full collections. Usually there are kind of further discounts available if you're ordering full collections or if you're ordering bundled items together, but I do know it definitely works on individual items. But thank you so much again if you do decide to use my code. It just really does help support my content and lets the brand know that you actually watched or engaged with my content. So thank you so much if you do decide to use it. So just before we head into the video, I just wanted to explain I am also partially deaf, so I'm completely deaf in my right ear and then I have hearing aids in the left. So just in case I'm ever sounding a bit funny or talking a bit funny in my videos, just to explain. Nomad usually donates a portion of their profit to a charity or an organisation, and this collection is actually in support of Pantera. Okay, so in this collection we do have the Witch City Salem 18 Intense Colour palette. So we do also have 3 spellbinding lipsticks. So the purple shade is called Hocus Pocus, the gold is called Witching Hour, and the fuchsia shade is called Devil's Book. So these lipsticks are quite creamy and balm-like. I ended up really enjoying wearing these. They're so comfortable on the lips. And just another point to explain is that the first look that I'm about to show you now is actually the 3rd look I created. So I did actually filmed this video before with 2 looks, and when I went to go back and edit I discovered that the footage was just really out of focus. Okay, so we'll get into the first look now. Like I said in the intro as well, this is actually my 3rd look that I've filmed. So I did film this video already with 2 looks, and when I went back to edit discovered that the demo portion of the 2 looks was just really out of focus. I just wasn't happy with it at all. So I'm just back now. I'm going to do a 3rd look and try and get this video up as soon as possible because it's been going on days now at this point. So I think for this look I want to do another burgundy and purple look. There's a couple of shades that I haven't used in the other 2 looks that I've done. I'm a bit wary about holding up the palette because one of the shades that was a bit loose when it arrived to me, it's kind of come out and I've had to repress it, so I just don't want that to fall out again. So I won't be holding up the palette, but I'm just going to go in with the burgundy matte shade called Devil's Book, and I'm just going to start stamping that on the outer corner here and just kind of create a bit of a wing effect. Right. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to Salem or if you live nearby the area. I'd love to know. I'm so jealous of anyone that's been there or lived near there. It's been on my bucket list of places to go now for years, and now my fiance really wants to go as well. I think it just looks so amazing, especially the black, the witch house that's on the cover of this Nomad palette as well. I'm just absolutely dying to go there. We were saying hopefully maybe in a couple of years to come, when our kids are a bit older, we can take a trip away by ourselves. Just right now taking trips by ourselves isn't really on the cards with 3 kind of small children. Well, our eldest is 11 but the youngest is only 1.5, so I don't know if we'll be able to kind of go anywhere too far for another while at least. Also, I was away as well with a couple of friends for kind of like a hen trip there a couple of weeks ago. We went to Vegas and it did not work out like we had planned it all. Our 1.5-year-old ended up getting really sick and was taken into hospital while I was away, which is not an experience I would want to do anytime soon. So okay, so now that that's stamped in, I'm going to go in with one of the purple mats called Hocus Pocus, and I'm just going to really stamp that in to the crease again, just to kind of give that burgundy a bit more depth. And my face makeup is looking a bit crusty now because I was wearing makeup earlier on this morning. We had to get up quite early and go over to our wedding venue just to go over and meet with the wedding coordinator and go over the few bits and bobs that are still to do. We also met with the videographer and the photographer as well, just to kind of go over the running order of the day and just to kind of hash out any kind of bits of information that were a bit unclear, anything like that. But yeah, there's so much to organise. It's very stressful, but feeling slightly better now that we kind of have some of the minor details gone over. But I've just taken off my eye makeup and to do this third look, so apologies if my skin is looking a bit crusty, that's because it is. And then I'm just going to go over to deepen that up a bit further. I'm going to go in with the black Witch City, the matte black, and just stamp a tiny bit of that in the outer corner just to really create a nice bit of depth out there. There is a bit of patchiness just on my right eye here. It's not actually on my left eye, so it's very strange. I think it's probably because I've taken off my makeup, put on primer and reapplied. My eyelid is probably quite dry, because I have already created 2 looks and this didn't happen when I kind of applied it onto a fresh base, so I'm going to put it down to that. But I am just going to go ahead and finish the look and then try and clean it up afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going in with the shimmer shade Howling Halloween, and I'm just going to start stamping that. I did spray my brush as well just to avoid too much shimmer falling on my face, and I'm just going to start stamping that sort of on the outer portion of this shape that we've created. Absolutely love that shade. It's kind of like a cross between a plum and a brown, like depending on what mats you place behind it or place with it, it can kind of change different colours, and it actually has different colour particle shimmers in it as well, but it's a really, really nice shade. So I've just flipped over my brush. It's an Artitude Cosmetics kind of flat shader brush, and then I've just dipped into one of the other shimmers at Old Burying Point, which is kind of like kind of a purpley lilac-y toned silver, I'd say, and I'm just going to start stamping that into the inner portion now just to kind of brighten up this look. Oh, I love that shade. It's really, really bright. I haven't actually used this in the other 2 looks that I've done, I don't think, so I really wanted to see kind of what this looked like as the sort of standout shimmer shade. I suppose it's really, really nice. So we are actually getting married now in 7 days, so this day next week as I'm filming this, and I'm getting really, really nervous but excited now as well. I'm actually doing my own makeup on the day, which I'm kind of freaking out about a bit now. If anyone has any advice or any tips, if you've done your own makeup for a big event or your wedding or something like that, please leave me any tips or advice down below. It would be really appreciated, because I have been having second thoughts now a few times. Did I make the right decision, kind of saying that I'd do it myself? But fingers crossed it'll all turn out okay in the end. So I'm just taking the really light grey shade called Witchcraft, the matte, and I'm just going to go around the outskirts of the burgundies and the purples that we laid down, just to make sure everything is all nice and blended out. I just realised that I never actually kind of properly made sure that they were blended out. I just took a tiny bit of that grey shade on this brush. I didn't want it to start making it too kind of grey leading. I just want to really kind of give it a nice gradient effect. So I'm just gonna kind of work in small sections just to make sure that that is nice and blended out. And I really should have done this as well before I laid down those shimmers, just to make sure I wasn't disrupting anything, but hopefully we'll be okay. Okay, so really quickly I'm just going to go in on the bottom lash line with the dark green matte shade called Seven Gables, and I'm just going to join the burgundy and the purple that we put on the outer corner here. Why I say really fast is that I'm after getting a pop-up message on my phone saying that the camera temperature has risen, so I don't want it to suddenly turn off while I'm filming this, because Lord knows I've already had so many disasters trying to get this video up. So I'm just going to really try and do this as quickly as possible. Here now I'm just going to go in with the lighter green matte shade underneath that called Dark Demons, and I'm just going to place that underneath and kind of start buffing it out. Okay, just going in with the shade Witch Hunt, the kind of shimmery green that is kind of a bit shattered in my palette now, and I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line. And I'm getting a lot of fallout on my face just because my shade kind of did fall out of the palette and smash a bit, and I had to kind of scoop it back in and then repress it. So I just don't want to hold up that shade, or I just don't want to hold up the palette, sorry, so in case the whole thing comes smashing down again. And now I'm just going to go in with the light shimmer shade called Salem Willows, and I'm going to just place that in the inner corner. And just connecting it here to the bottom green shade. So I'm going to go ahead and put on liner and lashes and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to show you the final look. Okay, so here is the finished third look. I'll include a few close-ups now as well. So for this look I ended up going in with the gold lipstick in Witching Hour. And I do actually love how this turned out. I just paired it with a kind of nude brown lip liner, and it's actually really nice. It wouldn't be something that I'd usually wear, but it is nice for something a bit different. So I just wanted to include a few close-ups of the first and second look that I initially created in the first video that I filmed. The demo parts, like I said, were just a bit too out of focus for me to include, so that's why I ended up just going back and creating a fresh third look. So now that the three looks are out of the way, I'll just round this up and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so that finishes off the three looks. I think that was everything. Thanks so much for watching this video so far. Let me know if you've picked up anything from this collection. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how you're finding the products so far. So just to give you an overview about the palette, I've created quite a few looks now with this, both on camera and off camera, and I've had no issues with any of the shades so far. The mattes all just are very buttery and pigmented and blend together so well, and the only time I've experienced slight patchiness was that look I've just created now today, and I only had it on one eye. I'm pretty sure it's because I was already wearing makeup earlier on today, and like I said, I took it off and I reapplied. My skin has kind of gone a bit dry now, and that's the only time I've gotten any patchiness. The other looks that I created, although they're quite out of focus, you might not be able to tell, they were just so smooth. The mattes blended together so well. So the shimmer shades in the palette are all a really nice formula. There's no multi-chromes or duochromes, but they are still really sparkly and high impact, and I've really enjoyed using them. So the lipsticks I ended up really enjoying. It kind of surprised me. I especially love this gold shade that I'm wearing now. I would never usually wear a shade like this, but I just wanted to try it with this look today, paired with the brown lip liner, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I think the lipsticks are actually a really good alternative if you're someone that isn't mad into lip glosses like myself. I do love the look of lip glosses, but just when I go outside and in the Irish weather where it's rainy and windy, my hair ends up getting stuck to the lip gloss and I end up getting really overstimulated, so I tend to actually go for more matte or satin lipsticks just when I'm going outside. But I think these lipsticks are actually a really good alternative because they do give you that high shine and they feel kind of nice and glossy and moisturising on the lips, but you're just not going to have things sticking to it. So I am actually really enjoying the formula of those so far. So again, leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you're planning on picking anything up from this collection. So I will be creating a lot more looks with this collection over on Instagram, so I'll leave my handle down below if you want to give me a follow over there. So I'd also really appreciate if you could like this video, and if you are enjoying this content, if you could subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more content after I get married in the next week. I will have a bit more time, and hopefully it won't be quite as long of a gap as there was between my last one. So thanks so much again for your time and for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!